Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I am on day 6 now and having a blast. Yesterday was the 4th of July and I went to a little small town and I didn't know what to expect. I've never been to this town before on 4th of July, so I really didn't know again what to expect from it. And I just had a blast. It was a bunch of local people there, and they had a parade going through. They had chalk art, and I won first place. So I got to do some artwork there, and got a bunch of ice cream. Met a bunch of people. There was a race going on as well, so I got to watch and cheer people on a 5K, which was a charity for the high school in the area. So I am having so much fun and meeting so much people. When I thought I was going to take 10 days off and be out here, I kind of pictured just me being at the tent and doing nothing. I did take a couple days and I just kind of drove around and I met people in the area and wonderful people. I went over to his place again and I asked him, I said, hey, do you happen to have some antlers or a skull from animals in the area that I can kind of plant on the land? And he said, yeah, I do. And I said, hey, I'll pay you for it, because this guy doesn't have a lot of money, and I said, I'll pay you for it. You just, let me know. And I went over there, and I'll show you the antlers too. But I went over there and talked with him for a good hour, and he likes to give a tour of his house, and he's got beautiful artwork up as well, Bev Doolittle type stuff, and I really like that artist. So him and I kind of bonded on that. But anyways, he gave me the antler, and so now I have an antler to plant out here and see how long it takes for the kids to find it. I also have some bones that I have found on the land as well, and Rocky has found those too. So we'll see how long again it'll take until the kids find it. So that was a lot of fun meeting that guy, and I've created a friendship with him, and he's also said if I ever need help or something's wrong, he'll be there to help me, and I really appreciate that. It's one of the things about living in a community like this is that everybody's there to help you. So again, a lot of fun that I'm having, a lot different experience than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be a lot more on the lakes and hiking and stuff like that, but it turned out that this is more of a meeting people and hearing their stories and I don't know, just bonding with people in the area, and that's truly what it's been like so far for me. I did bring my kayak, and I do plan on kayaking, and this whole weekend I do plan on kayaking. But I wanted to share some of that with you and kind of what my experience is. I absolutely love living in this tent. So some of the things that, now that I've been here for 6 days, some of the things that I've noticed that I might need that I don't have, or things that I crave that I just don't have available to me. Probably my number one thing that I crave is internet. I know it sounds really weird, but you don't realize when you don't have internet how much you reach for your phone just to, I don't know, to go on Facebook or to check your email or to text somebody. And, a lot of times I just don't have that available. I did have it available yesterday because I was in a little town, but I found myself on my phone for a full hour just checking out to see what everyone else is doing. And, I had to stop myself and be like, hey, you're here to enjoy the experience. You're not here to be on the internet and go on Facebook and YouTube. This is your 10-day break. But like I woke up this morning, the first thing I wanted to do was grab my phone and see what messages I might have. And so I would say I miss that the most, but it also tells me how much I rely on the internet. And and that, you know, it's nice to be able to be without it for a little bit. One of the things that I wish I did have internet for, which would be legit, is that I'm smelling smoke. So I know there's a forest fire somewhere. I'm from Southern California, so I'm very used to forest fires, and there's a forest fire here somewhere, and I can smell it pretty good. When I drove around yesterday, I was looking for it. I could see smoke in the air, you know, up on the horizon, and the sun was setting, but that was all I saw, so I know it's not in my immediate area. But I wish I had internet, so that way I could find out where it's at. Now, I could possibly, you know, drive a little bit or walk down the road a bit. You know, I think it's about 3-mile walk, and then I can text, you know, a friend to say, hey, can you check that there's fire in the area? But since I drove around and I didn't see any really big fire plumes around, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'm just gonna smell smoke. But again, that was one of the things that I wish that I had here. You know, for emergency senses, it's nice to know. It's nice to know if there's a forest fire nearby. What's up, Rox? So, do you notice anything different with me today? Mm-hmm. Can you see it? Yes, I have designed a shirt. If you don't know that I am a designer, and I designed this shirt. It's a couple different shirts, and I'll show you some of them as well. I have some with the design that's on the front, some of them with the design with the little pocket design and the design on the back. You know, I bought some for the kids to wear, and they just love it. And of course, Kyla got a pink one, and I got Madison a blue one, which is both their favorite colors. And then for myself, I got black because my logo is really just black and white, which is ironic because I love color, but this logo, it was just, I wanted to keep it very simple. So when I designed it to be black and white. I will be offering these shirts online, and it'll probably be within the next month or so. And I'll post a video if it's something that you're interested in, or you can check out my Facebook page. I'll definitely put a link on there on my Facebook page to the shirts. And what I want to do is I want to be able to sell these shirts and have the majority of the proceeds go to a charity here in the area. And it's a charity for people that are in like a wheelchair or disabled, and you know, they can't go for a hike and they can't go on hiking trails. And this is a charity that allows them to do that and creates fun outdoor activities for those that are in disabled or in wheelchairs. And I'll give more information on that charity when I actually have the shirts all ready and I have the website ready to purchase the shirts. And you'll be able to purchase the shirts. I don't have a website. It's ironic because I'm a web designer and I don't have a website, but it's a lot of work to maintain a website. The YouTube channel is enough for me. But what I'll do is that, again, I'll create another video. I'll give you some more information regarding the shirts, and you guys will be able to buy them. And I hope you guys do. You know, it's a really good charity, and I'll tell you, you know, a percentage when I figure out how it all works. But the majority of it's going to go to this charity. I'm not here to make money off this channel. You know, it would be nice to be able to buy another memory card, but other than that, you know, I'm fine. So. Again, this is a fun experience. It's a fun journey for me, and I truly enjoy sharing it with you guys and hearing a lot of the responses that I'm getting. And I want to be able to help other people that can't do these same kind of journeys that I can do, or my kids and family can do. So anyways, look for that video. That will be coming out shortly. So here's the shirt up close. It has my bear paw print logo that you guys would be familiar with if you watch a lot of my videos. And then on the back of the shirt or the front, you know, it depends on whatever design you choose. You guys will be able to choose your own shirts, whether it be a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt. To my understanding, you guys will be able to choose whichever shirts you want. It doesn't have to be a t-shirt. So, let me see if I can hold it. Hopefully you guys can see it, because I got my different camera now, so I can't see the screen. So it says, obviously, Spirit Forest, existing since 2016. 2016 is when I bought the land. And so that's why I have it there. I have this nice little rolling hills, which represents the kind of the area that I'm in. And then I have these mountains, which I'm surrounded by mountains as well. But within the mountains, I'm not sure if you can tell, and I'll kind of come a little closer, but there's a bear here, there's another bear, and then there's a bear. So I have hidden designs within the mountains, which is always, I like doing that with any of my paintings that I do, or any designs that I do. I like putting hidden messages within them. This again represents myself and my two daughters. You know, it's part of our journey and our adventure out here, and again that with the three bears on the top as well. I think it's a really good design, and in fact, I gave Todd a shirt. He got a lot of compliments, and people were asking where they could buy it. So, and he's got the design up in the front. So I think it's pretty good, and I'm sure that I'll design some more shirts. And again, I'll sell them and put the majority of the proceeds to the a charity that's local to kind of this area. And I feel that it would be a really good cause, you know, to show that. And so anyone who wants to buy that, they know that the proceeds are going to that, and you know, I can give updates on how much, you know, we raised for them as well. So anyway, more to come on that. I'll hopefully get this done within the next month or so, and you know, by the time I post this video, it might be even sooner than that. So there you go, there's the shirt. So I'm thinking today what's on my agenda is to get a lot of the debris and the trash. I mean, we have little white pieces of paper that were on all our lumber to build the deck. I really want to create so it looks, I don't know if it's a natural environment, but an environment that, you know, you're not tripping over branches and stuff. Actually, my trail system that I have is better to walk around on than just around this tent. So that's one of my goals. Also, I would like to work on my water area. You know, I've been washing my feet there, which is really nice. Water's really cold, but it's really nice to be able to wash your feet and wash your hands and the dishes and not really have to worry about it. I think currently right now I have about I don't know, maybe 20 gallons of water in there would be my guess. And I want to be able to create somewhere where I can stand and wash my feet, that I'm not just standing in mud. So I'm gonna play around with that area over there, which is over in this area here, and then clean up around the tent area and kind of see how the day goes. I don't think I'm going to be meeting any new people today, but I've always been surprised. I have people just randomly stop by to say hi, so you never know, you know, who's coming. But it should be a fun day. A lot of working today, and we'll get this camp area all cleaned up for when the kids come next weekend. I'm excited they get to come. They're currently right now with their daddy and having a blast. He's been sending me pictures all week. And when I was in the city yesterday, I was able to see all those photos of them, and it was really nice to see. And I really miss them, and wish they were here. But I know that they're having a lot of fun and they're taken care of, and you know, they're visiting family. So they'll be here next weekend, and I want to make sure that everything looks really pretty for them when they arrive. So I needed to get ice because I have some food that need to be chilled. So I have only a block of cheese, which I have not opened yet, and I have what was the one other thing? I got a little thing of butter, but I think it's can't believe it's not butter, and I don't even know if that needs refrigerator. I don't even know if that's really butter. And some bacon. Oh, I have some cooked bacon that I had that I freeze it and then I put it in my cooler. So I have bought ice on the way here for that. So it's about $2.50 a bag. Out here, if you can find ice, it's $3 a bag. So this one little thing of cheese that I've kept here for 6 days is costing me probably about $10 to have one little thing of cheese and keeping it fresh. So that was my adventure. I went out and I brought Rocky with me, and we went to go find some ice. Now, I think I've told you before in earlier videos that I don't have any grocery store near here. I have no stores near here, but there's this little tiny, not a convenience store, it's more like an ice cream store or something. I'm really not sure. So anyways, I went over there to go get ice because it says ice on the outside of it, and they're closed, and I think they're out of business. And I was like, shoot, now where'd I go? And I knew there was a bar that was like 20 minutes from there, so I went south another 20 minutes, went into the bar and was like, I need some ice. I am doing this. I did a whole hour drive. I could have drove to the grocery store and back. I did a whole hour drive trying to find ice for my cheese, my one little tiny block of cheese. So anyways, I think that's kind of funny. And when you're camping, you gotta consider that, you know, is it really worth having cheese? So tonight I will be having cheese and crackers for dinner because I gotta eat this block of cheese and make it worth it. Little $10 block of cheese or more. It's probably cost more than that now. So by doing that, I actually ended up going by a place. I pay I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but I pay $40 a year, just a year, $40 a year to have access to water and access to a shower. So since I was kind of in the neighborhood, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna grab some water. So it worked out pretty well, and so now I'm nicely showered and clean. It feels really good. I feel really refreshed. I was also going to go over to the lake and go hang out at the lake for a little bit because that's kind of near that area as well. And then this big rain cloud came, and it just dumped a bunch of rain, which is great because we need it here. And now it's kind of drizzling a little bit right now. So I didn't make it to the lake again, but we'll see. In the next couple days, I'm sure I'll get out to the lake. But I wanted to share with you that story, and I ended up getting 2 bags of ice in my little cooler. And check this out. All that is in here is my block of cheese and my beer and whiskey. That's it. And my beer and whiskey, I'm okay with that being a little warmer, you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with my beer being a little warmer, but I was like, man, a whole block of cheese. Okay, I'm gonna go drop this off, and I got something else to show you. Starting to rain a little bit heavier now, not so much a drizzle, but I want to show you something. Remember that sign that I made? The one that said Spirit Forest on it? This sign? And remember I said I bought a really cheap top to it? Look at that. Look what it did. It like melted. Look, you can even see underneath it. It melted on top of this. Again, I bought this at Home Depot. It's supposed to be for roofs. And it totally melted on my sign. So it looks terrible. I'm gonna have to buy a metal sign because I am shocked that this thing melted like it did. I would have thought that this thing would have lasted. So confusing. So I know that Home Depot has I think it's $20, and they have a metal one. And it looks like I'm gonna have to splurge. Now this one top that I went really cheap on, and when I say really cheap, I went $14. Now I'm gonna spend $20 getting the metal roof. So if you're thinking of doing something like this, get the metal roof at first, because now it's, you know, it cost me $34 to make that. But anyways, I had to show you guys. I thought that was funny. I want to give you an update on my little table project that I was working on that took, I don't know, maybe I've been working on for like 4 hours now. It's clear that I need to do some more research. This is the table. Again, I was trying to make it flat. I was tying the sides, and then I'm going to tie the top here. But then what I find is that I don't really have the right knots. If you see how it's twisted? Now I can probably work with that, and when I tie it on I can try to make it, and then try to make all these level. But you see all this wood is just twisted, and I don't know, maybe I just make this project where I just do the legs, and the tops I buy some 2x4s. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think it's a lot of time? I already spent 4 hours on this project, and it could be something that I can just constantly work on. But these boards, this wood out here is just, it's really twisted. I mean, if you were to see an aspen here, and you were to cut up an aspen in half, you know, it's just all twisted. So one of my issues that I had, and you'll see it over here because the table's going to totally fall over now. Oh, it didn't. But I haven't quite got this knot down yet. Watch out, Rox. Rox, watch out. So, I'll just let it fall. And you'll see that this one, I got this other one. It seems to have tied pretty well. That's that's just a mess. What am I thinking? Oh, and now look at this. See that? There's got to be a skill to tying these on. This one works pretty well, but I thought this one, you know, this one is I don't know, tongue and groove type. I just have a hard time trying to. Oh, there it goes. See, there goes my table. Yeah, maybe this is gonna. Look at that. That's just gonna fall apart too. See, it's terrible, and I spent like 20 minutes tying all these together. Ugh. It's frustrating. I don't know. Maybe building a table is not my skill, but I'm not one to give up. So I will continue this project. It just might not be done this weekend. I have all the parts to it. I just need the skill. I need to do some little bit more research on this. And again, I don't have internet here to do research, so I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna put this aside and work on something else that I want to do. So if you noticed on my car, I don't know, maybe my other videos you've seen, I got all this stuff on my car. These are all my hobbies. I got a lot of hobbies. I have a ski, so I snow ski, kayak. I have my horse Missy. I think I have her in only one video. I have my horse. I have paddle boarding. I love to paddleboard. It's just fun. And then backpacking. Now I wasn't meaning for this one to be so big. In fact, I couldn't find one that was smaller that looked like a female. Most of the backpackers look like a male. So, but you'll notice that there's something missing right here. And I think it's time to put on a new hobby. I have it here. Let me show you. Oh, I don't know if you can really see it very well, but it's a tent with a little fire. So my next hobby would be camping. Throughout my life, I come up with so many hobbies. I'm even told by some people, you're gonna lose all your friends if you have any more hobbies. You can't have any more. Oh, I can have plenty. I can fill this whole thing. So right now I'm gonna put my new hobby here. I got a Windex wipe to make sure it's all nice and clean. And the car's pretty dirty. And that's what you guys are doing. You guys are kind of joining me on this hobby. This is a new one for me. I probably could count in my first hand how many times I've car camped. I backpacked forever, but I haven't car camped. So it's kind of a new thing, and this whole new adventure of my land and everything. And who knows? I might get a little spirit forest bear, paw bear here too. I want to make sure this is really clean. So, a new hobby, and that's what you guys are part of. And I just, everyone was saying that, hey, you're so entertaining, you should film yourself and put yourself on YouTube. Like, you don't sit still. And you know what? I really don't. I don't sit still at all. I'm constantly busy doing something. And maybe you guys like watching it. I don't know. But we'll find out. Oh, look at this. I forgot how these go on. I think it comes off this plastic part. I can see the streaks. What do you think, right there? My little camper. I don't know. Is that crooked? Shoot, I think it's crooked. No. No. I probably totally just ruined it. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's crooked or not. Alright, well, that's where it's gonna be. I don't know what the rule is. Like, you gotta put it on. So, while I'm rubbing this, I kind of explained some of these other hobbies here. I picked up skiing when I was little. Actually, my mom and dad, they skied. And they would take us kids and go skiing up in Snow Valley, California. That's where we would go skiing. So I learned to ski when I was young. Came to Colorado for college. Actually went to Durango for a little bit, which is Fort Lewis. And I had a season pass there. And so I constantly skied. Like, they had a bus that picked you up at the school, and then you went skiing. And the funny thing is, I skied in jeans. I was from California. We didn't have snow pants, at that time. I'm a little older. I'm in my 40s. So I picked up skiing, and I've skied a lot in college. Actually, I out-skied myself. I didn't want to ski anymore. I was done. So I actually took like 4 years off of skiing or something like that, pretty close to that. And I moved to Fort Collins, and I went to school there at CSU. And at CSU, I don't know, I wanted to pick up another hobby because I wasn't skiing. Fort Collins is pretty far away from a lot of ski resorts, so it takes a lot of driving. Didn't have a lot of money for gas, so I was like, I need a new hobby. So I picked up kayaking. I loved it. I took actually some lessons for river kayaking, so you could actually if you fall in the water, you can get yourself right back up. I did it in the pool, I would do it in the river, and I'd meet a bunch of people at the river, and it was so much fun. I loved it. And then also when I was there, I met this other guy, and he taught me about backpacking. He said, I think you'd be really good at backpacking. He said, you're a pretty good hiker. And hiking wasn't really a thing that I was doing at the time. It's just, I just go in for a walk. And he's like, let me take you backpacking. I think you'd like it. And so he took me backpacking, and I loved it. Oh, I loved it. I had so many adventures. Then I went on a 6-day trip it was like 6 girls for 6 days up in the canyonlands of Utah. And ever since then, like, I learned all the ropes, everything that you could think of with water. There's not a lot of water in Utah, and what to do, and survival, and also getting along with a lot of different types of women. So I learned that a lot in Utah, and then brought it with me to Colorado. I was only in Utah for a week, but I brought it to Colorado. It's a great. I ended up buying my first pack. I think I was still in college when I bought my first pack, or right when I graduated college. And it's actually the pack that I'll end up showing you guys later. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you my pack. But Yeah, but I love it. I love backpacking. I would backpack every weekend in the summer, so it was fun. So then I became a mom, and I took like 7 years off of most of these hobbies. I sold my river kayak. Actually, I think I might have shed a couple tears when I did that. Sold my river kayak because the girl's daddy, he doesn't swim, and it just I mean, he can swim, he just can't tread water. So I just didn't feel comfortable enough going river kayaking with him, so he and I would go backpacking, and so I ended up selling my river kayak. um, and since I didn't have any more stuff, and backpacking means I'd have to leave the kids, and the kids were really young, so I bought a horse. And the horse's name is Missy, or Miss Attitude is her actual name. And I'll talk more about her another time. But she's a blast. She's a lot of fun. She gives me a lot of freedom. She's only like 15 minutes from my house. I have her boarded, so people take care of her when I'm not there. And again, I just love being around her. Even if I'm not riding, I just brushing her. It just I don't know if you guys have a horse. If you have a horse, you know what I'm talking about. But they're just very calming effect. And then I just decided, I don't know, it was after a lot of changes in my life, I wanted to do something different, and then I paddleboarded. Um, and I got a paddleboard. I went on a paddleboard for the first time, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And I kind of researched to see how much they cost, and it ended up being the girl's daddy bought me this paddleboard, and it was super nice of him. He also not only bought me this paddleboard, he bought me this kayak that you see in the top of my car too. He kind of asked me, he's like, "What do you want?" You know, and I said, "Well, I'd like a paddleboard and a kayak." Not, I didn't know he was gonna buy it for me. I just think it's really awesome. Actually, he just gave me some money, and he thought it'd be enough for the paddleboard. Well, I found a good enough deal that I could buy both of them. So it's been a lot of fun on these two toys here, my paddleboard and my kayak. And then now we're on to the new adventure, which you guys are joining me, and that is my tent adventure. And let's see. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably directions somewhere. Oh, it's staying on. My new hobby. So if you're in Colorado and you see me driving down the road, just give me a thumbs up. Then I know that you know who I am. But when you saw my videos. But there's my new hobby. I'm excited. I had a pretty eventful day that I thought that, I bought 6 beers and I haven't drinking one yet. I haven't drinking at all actually, other than when I went out. So I thought that I'd actually drink the beer that I brought, and this one is a Dry Dock beer, which is a Colorado beer, and it's a wheat beer, which wheat beer is my favorite. So I really like wheat beer. Let's see if it says anything on here. It says gold medal 2011, silver medal 2010 and 2009, Great American Beer Festival, South German style Hefeweizen. Did I say that right? Hefeweizen. But yeah, it doesn't. I like it when they give little stories. This beer is out of Aurora, Colorado. So it says Aurora, Colorado, USA. So Hefeweizen, is that a wheat beer? I used to be a bartender back in the day. I used to know all this stuff, and then I'm the type of person, if I'm not doing it, I don't remember it. So, cheers. Cheers. Pretty good. Not the best wheat beer, but I like it. Again, it's Dry Dock wheat beer. out of Aurora, Colorado. Some people put orange in their beer. I don't do that. I put lemon in my beer. So remember I was talking about my cheese and what's for dinner? I have cheese and crackers for dinner. I don't feel like cooking. Really not that hungry, so this is all I'm going to eat for dinner. Did you guys figure out what I was making? Do you know it now? I am making a spirit stick. I got kind of a, you know, I wanted to make one, so it was on my list to do. But when I met that, he was walking around with this spirit stick, and he kind of inspired me to get that project going, because I want the kids to be able to make one. And so I thought, well, I'll get mine started. I don't know, what are you doing? Go away. Go. No. Go. Go. Who's gonna take that right out of my hand? Anyways, I want the kids to make one. I think it would be really fun for them and a project to do up here. So if I can start with my own as a model of what to do, that would be good. So what I did is I walked around the land and I took some really cool pictures. Maybe I'll share some. But you guys have seen the land, I think maybe enough. I don't want to bore you guys. But I walked around the land and I found all these little crystals. And I don't know if you see, I'm going to put down my cracker. Do you see the little crystals on there? I kind of glued them on. This one's still drying, so that's why I have it taped on. And then I found some that fool's gold. And I put that on there because it's kind of shiny. And there's another crystal, and I have like 8 more or so that I'm going to put on. But okay, well, I'm going to continue on this. I don't want to bore you guys. This video is probably long enough. I don't know how I'm going to edit this. So thanks for watching as always. And again, I'm on day 6, and I'm going to day 10. Not really sure what I'm going to do, so just join me on whatever I decide I'm doing at the time. I think I'm ready for an adventure, so I might end up going somewhere tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like in the morning. Okay, well, good night, guys.